Oh, what up? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about hackmons.com, your ultimate hub for hacked Pokemon. This is going to be a video focused on the database. This database is quite extensive. It has pretty much data for every single Pokemon, every move, every item, and every ability in every single game of Pokemon from generations 1 through 9. Let's Go Pikachu Eevee and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. But first, I have an important announcement to make. It is the end of the year, and the fact that we hit 9,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway to my subscribers. If you're watching this video, I'm going to be giving away $10 to the first 5 people who are watching this video if you can give me the name of the Pokemon with the highest BMI. The way to enter this giveaway is first of all, you gotta be subscribed to this channel. You gotta join the Discord, the No Nerfs Discord that I'm gonna link in the description of this video, and you're gonna DM me your answer. And then once we get 5 answers, I'm gonna put a message in the comments of this video. I'm gonna pin it, and I'm gonna say the giveaway is closed, and that'll be it. But if you want to find out the answer of which Pokemon has the highest BMI, keep watching this video because I'm going to show you exactly how to get that information. So we are in the database now. We are on Pokedex, and you can kind of sort through all of these here. You can look at all the wonderful Pokemon just like you would in any other database. There are a few things that you can do that's kind of cool. You can like filter just the water types, right? And if you want to do water and I guess fighting, you can see that as well. And you can click on each generation and it'll show you the different Pokemon that are water fighting, or if you want to just see fighting, you can do that as well. You can also sort by advanced sort, so you can sort several ways. You can click on the HP and sort by descending order or ascending order that way. You can also do the same thing with all these other stats, base stat total, defense, what have you, right? And then the next thing that you can do is you can do this advanced sorting. So you can do primary sort. Let's say you want to sort by base stat total in descending order, right? So we look at the top Pokemon that are in descending order, but now you want to do something a little bit more than just that. Like, let's say there's a million Pokemon that have a base stat total of 600. And you want to find out which Pokemon out of those 600 has the high speed. So you can do a secondary sort for ties by sorting for speed. And you can see here that now Mega Mewtwo Y shows up on top because it has more speed than Mega Mewtwo X. After that, we have an extensive tag filtering system. So I'm going to clear all here and go to tag filters. And you can actually add a filter here if you want. You can go and do like, fully evolved, not fully evolved, little cup, middle cup. What are these nomenclatures? So little cup stands for the first stage of a 3-stage evolution. Middle cup would be like, I guess, Charmeleon or Ivysaur, right? Not fully evolved refers to any Pokemon that's not fully evolved, obviously. And fully evolved is self-explanatory. We also have static tags such as legendary Pokemon, which, by the way, is different from mythical Pokemon. So Mew and Celebi are mythical, whereas Mewtwo and Ho-Oh are legendary. You have pseudo-legendaries, which are those 600 base stat total Pokemon like Dragonite, Metagross, things like that. And then the super tag is a special tag, which I'm just going to show you. It's better if I just show it to you. Let's go over to National Dex. And if I just click on tag filters, yeah, so if I want to go to the super Pokemon, right? So and means that I include those, or means either or. If I have multiple filters, I can keep adding filters. And not means I don't want Pokemon to be displayed with those features. So super stands for like Pokemon forms that don't naturally exist in the game, but you can kind of hack them into your game through like save editing. And they have to be direct upgrades to like a regular Pokemon. So like Aegislash Blade, I don't really consider that to be a super form of Aegislash Shield form, right? Because they're the same stat total. But things like Mega Evolutions counts, right? Things like the Ultra Necrozma counts. Things like School Wishy-Washy Form counts. So things like that. That's what we define as super. The next filter I want to talk about moving on is Pokestar Studio. So these are Pokemon that exist in Gen 5. I can actually show them to you. In No Nerfs, you can see all of them here. But they won't appear in any of these other generations, as you can see. They do appear in Gen 5 because you can actually hack these Pokemon in Gen 5. And these are the Pokemon in those studio, in that studio part of the game where you battle like these actors in the movies and stuff. It's kind of cool. I don't know if y'all know about that one, but it's a really important thing in the Gen 5 metagame apparently. And then the other filters include the Smogon tiers. So you got like Ubers, OU, UU. And then what is meta? Meta stands for any Pokemon in the pure Hackmons metagame that has shown up in a viability ranking list. So you can kind of see the documentation of that under resources. I'm not going to show that to you here in this video because it would be very long. But these are basically all the Pokemon that have been deemed viable in some respect. Even if it's a C tier or D tier, they were ranked at some point in the metagame for pure Hackmons. All right. And then for National Dex, No Nerfs, that just includes any Pokemon that has ever been like ranked in that kind of respect. So what are we going to do next? Well, we can talk about these other filters here. This is just base stat total of exactly 600. So like Mew, Celebi, also Dragonite, right? 600 plus stands for like anything over 600. So like Mewtwo. And then 700 / plus is just anything with a base stat total of 700 or more. So things like Mega Mewtwo X, Mega Mewtwo Y, Mega Rayquaza, things like that. And so it's kind of cool. You can check it out. You can play with it. But the other thing that you probably already saw here is you can sort by optional columns here. So you can toggle to display extra columns. You can actually, if you have your mouse, you can kind of scroll sideways. So you can click on weight, height, BMI, gender ratio. This is going to be male to female ratio, and then the egg group. So this is going to be displayed if you scroll all the way here. It'll show you all of that information, right? And so I'm not going to sort by the decreasing BMI because it should be very straightforward how you can figure out that information. But join the giveaway. Let me know in the comments what you think the highest BMI Pokemon is from the No Nerfs format. Okay? No Nerfs format. All right. Moving on. I'm going to talk about moves now. The move section is pretty straightforward. You can sort by different generations. And I'm so surprised that there hasn't been a website that does this. Like there's websites like that have like all the moves, right? But it's very hard to find websites that accurately capture every single move from a specific generation. But we did try to do that here, and we not only have the power, accuracy, the PP, the priority, the category, whether it's physical, special, the typing, but also the effect chance, the tags of whether it's a contact move, a bullet move, right? Or slicing move, a wind move. These are all things that were that the data exists for these moves, but they just haven't been fully implemented in a search functionality. So we've done that here in the hackmons.com database. You can also sort primary, secondary by priority, effect chance, and like you can have a secondary for tiebreakers, yada yada, right? So that's kind of cool. It is also generation specific. So for example, if we go to Gen 1 here and you want to type Psychic, you can see here that Psychic accurately shows a 33.2% chance to lower the special stat. That includes special attack and special defense by 1 stage. Because this is the no-nerfed version of Psychic, you will see the no-nerfed version of Psychic here as well. It says 33.2% chance to lower special defense and special attack by 1 stage. However, if you go to these other generations, like Generation 2, it's going to say 10%. Effect chance 10%, and here it says 10% as well. So keep that in mind. It is generation specific, and it is accurate to what generation you pick in the selection. You can also filter by the type of move, obviously, if you want to do fighting or poison, whatever. It'll only show those types of moves. And you can also sort by decreasing power and what have you. Moving on to abilities. Now, this is just going to be pretty straightforward what abilities showed up in each generation. The only thing I want to mention in this video is that there are some comp tags next to some abilities. These are flags that have been assigned to abilities that have been deemed competitive in some respect or viable in a Pure Hackmon's competitive metagame. So you can actually sort, if you go to filters, you can view competitive only abilities, and that's going to show you like huge power, magic guard, mold breaker, no guard, things like that, right? For Gen 4. And it'll show you the differences. Now, some of these items are not going to show up in future generations, right? So you can see, for example, huge power shows up in this generation, Gen 6, but it's not going to show up in Gen 8. The reason why is because in Gen 8, neutralizing gas existed, and there were only a few viable abilities in the metagame. These abilities were picked out by viability ranking lists as well as through community input. And so it is a growing and ever-changing list. Because of that, we obviously welcome input and feedback from the community about whether you agree or disagree about whether an ability should have the competitive tag on it. If you think so, if you think that an ability should have a competitive tag, let me know in the comments. Go into the forums and talk about it in the help section or in general. This is what the community is for. It's just to help out people to build their best teams and improve their strategies. All right. So with that said, we're going to move on to items. And there's not much to say about items here. It does show you the sprite here, which is kind of cool. It tells you whether it's a Mega Stone or a Z Crystal or a Berry. The only other things I will say that you can do besides the sorting features that I already mentioned is you can have optional columns such as natural gift power, fling-based power. These are three things that you won't find in other sorting or search applications. So what is natural gift? Natural gift is a move whose power and type depends on the item that you're holding. And fling-based power means that every item that your Pokemon carries, if you use fling, that base power depends on what the item is that you're holding. So this is going to tell you all that information about your fling-based power. Some of these don't have anything assigned, but you can see here that you can actually sort by highest fling-based power, highest natural gift power, right? So that's going to be something that you can do that's kind of cool. The other thing I want to mention is that if I sort by descending, so what other search engines do is they will just simply show like the things that don't have any values to them when you do ascending order. This application is smart enough to put all of those that don't have a gift power value at the bottom, regardless of whether you do ascending or descending, which was honestly very cool because you get to see like, stuff that you want to see instead of scrolling all the way down until you get to the items or things that have the values that you want to look at. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the database. I really hope this helps y'all out. I know people have been wanting this for a long time for all the generations. I will continue to maintain this website and continue to maintain the updated database. When Gen 10 comes out, when new games come out, we will ensure the accuracy of the no nerfs as well as the accuracy of those future generations when we implement them as well. I really hope you enjoy this video. It is the end of 2025. 2026 is looming. By the time you're watching this video, it's probably already 2026. Or maybe you're watching this from the far future, 2027. Who knows? I hope you all have a good day or night wherever it is. I hope you enjoy hackmons.com. It's also the same as purehackmons.com. If you go to purehackmons.com, it'll also lead to the same address. And have some fun with it. I will see you all next time. Peace out.